I'm just gonna roll with this because I'll just have to. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Rhodessa. Today I have another my experience story, which is going to be, if you can't already guess from the title, my One Direction concert experiences. I've been to 3 One Direction concerts, so I'm gonna talk to you about them because that is what I am passionate about. As we all know, One Direction are on their break. Who knows if they'll come back or not, but I thought that since it's been almost a year since Zayn has left the band, we could just make this like a One Direction month and I'll just talk about my experiences. In 2012, around springtime, around this time is when I discovered One Direction. I started listening to their music and watching their videos on YouTube. And then, I think it was in April, on April 20th of 2012, I was at a sleepover with my friend's house. And we bought tickets to One Direction's Take Me Home tour, which was going to be a year later. We had to go through a whole school year, which was my senior year, to wait for this One Direction concert. That was in 2013 when that day came. Oh my gosh, it was like the best day ever. It was like Christmas. We had a sleepover. We watched Up All Night, the Up All Night DVD. We watched the video diaries and we watched their like X Factor performances and auditions and all that kind of stuff. We have this tradition that every One Direction concert we go to, we have to draw like our favorite 1D tattoos on our arms. I did not participate in that on the 3rd concert last year. I'll explain why in a little bit. At the time, my favorite was Zayn. And I drew, or my friend drew the, I think it's like the friendship, almost like the peace sign, but the friendship, or maybe it is the peace sign. I don't remember what it looks like. The little hand, like, tattoo right there. It looked just like it. And when my arms were down, just like resting, people could see it from behind and they were like pointing at me and being like, whoa, she has a tattoo. It was just a Sharpie tattoo, but people thought it was real and it was so cool. We got washable markers. What are those called? We got window markers and we drew them all over my friend's mom's car, and we drew like honk if you love 1D and all their names and like take me home, and then we blasted One Direction all the way to Seattle. We ate at the, I think it's called the Purple Door. If my friends are watching, comment down below if I am wrong. We were driving and we passed by this silver tour bus. The tour bus was parked on the side of the road and we were like, stop the car, we gotta get out. So we jumped out of the car and we ran there and we were like, are the boys there? What is this tour bus? Like, it was actually a tour bus. And we think Paul at the time was in the bus, and then we saw the bassist take some like instruments from the building into the tour bus. I'm pretty sure that that's what it was. We were actually thinking like maybe the boys were in the tour bus, we just couldn't see because of the black tinted windows. Oh my gosh, my cat scared me. It's like, nobody's home. Come here, Ginger. When we got to the arena, 2 seconds after we got there, we heard so much screaming coming from like one of the sides by the fence. And obviously when you hear screaming outside, it means that some 1D boy was there. We ran so fast, we couldn't see because there were so many people blocking us. That experience was like, you know in Polar Express when the little boy couldn't see Santa Claus when they were at the North Pole and Santa Claus was coming out and all the elves were blocking his view? That's what it felt like to me. We waited around that fence area for a long time. There was a point where we were all chanting Zayn's name because everybody thought he didn't go into the arena yet. We did see Luke from 5 Sauce though. I saw him. They obviously sang all the songs from Take Me Home and some from Up All Night. Best Song Ever had come out just like a week before and we thought they would have sang it at our concert, but they didn't. There were these 2 girls next to me. The whole time they were screaming, Niall, Niall, I love you, Niall. It was really annoying, but you know, when you're there, you go crazy. And after the concert, as soon as the last song was done, the lights come on and there's already people tearing down everything. We had arranged for a limo to come pick us up after the concert. He, the chauffeur, drove us back home. Moving on to the Where We Are tour. So unfortunately they didn't come to Seattle that year, but we made a pact to go to LA for Where we are tour at the Rose Bowl. There were 3 concerts at the Rose Bowl, but we went to the second one. We flew out to LA. We were there for 4 days. We also went to Disneyland. Again, we did our tattoos for the concert. This time I did the Zap tattoo, which was actually really cool, and some security guard lady in the arena, in the stadium, rubbed on my tattoo. She thought it was real, I'm sure. So before they let us into the stadium, everybody was lined up on this like road pathway where all the cars come in, and pretty sure we saw Harry's hand. We didn't see Harry's face, but a hand was sticking out and waving at us, and it looked like Harry's hand, so everybody said it was Harry. Then when they let us into the arena, there was a time with a crowd of people and it was being roped off, and there was like a crowd of people around that rope, and I think there was Liam and Niall walking through. I think Liam was walking through, and we tried to get on each other's shoulders to see, but it happened so fast that we just couldn't. Made it inside. Some crazy stuff happened. We missed Liam. I was jumping so hard. And then like right when I got to a place where I could probably see him, he was gone. A stadium is bigger than an arena, but the Rose Bowl is humongous, and it's so round and open and big. I walked with my friends to their seat. We like sneakily did it and stuff. And then I walked to my own seat because I was sitting by myself on the floor. I was on the right side of the stage at the very, very end, but like the 6th row up. So I was close, but not really, because the catwalk was so far away from me because I was so far to the right. But I did see them closely when they came up on the side of, there's like a sidewalk area there. I could see them closely, but I couldn't see them all perform well in the middle of the stage in the catwalk. But it was still really, really cool. So Mr. Mosby, actually his name is Phil Lewis, he was sitting close by to where I was, and everybody around me was like getting pictures with him, but I was too scared to do that. And that's when I got caught having my camcorder, and they made me put it away. I was filming him, and the security guy person was like, "You're not supposed to be filming, put that away." And I was about to cry, but you know, they let me just keep it in my bag. And I had my iPod, which I used to film. My favorite part of the concert was Better Than Words, when Niall did his thing. But I didn't know that it was my favorite part till after the concert was over. Also, I didn't know that I filmed it, or that I had filmed that, until after the concert, and I was looking through my videos that night. If I could go back to any concert, actually I would go back to Take Me Home tour, because Zayn. But I would go back to the On the Road tour, which was in Seattle at the CenturyLink Field. That day, I experienced it way differently than I had past 2 concerts. So remember when I said that I didn't do the tattoos on the last concert? That was because I was with different friends. I like got ready in the morning with different friends, and I mean, we could have with them, but I just decided I didn't want to. Actually, we didn't have time to do them because we got up so early in the morning to go to Seattle. Our idea was that we would go to Seattle super early in the morning and wait there and see if like any of the One Direction boys would come in. So we took the train from where we live to Seattle, which is like about an hour, at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I think. When we got there, there were actually maybe like 30 girls already there. They were kind of like scattered around, walking around the outside of the CenturyLink Field. All the girls that were there, we made like a circle, and we like sang to One Direction. Somebody brought their speaker. About like 4 hours later, at like around lunchtime, a lot more people came, and we found out which side where the cars would possibly come through. And then also around that time we got our VIP kits, which, okay, the best thing ever in that VIP like gift bag, where is it? They gave us this One Direction portable charger. It looks like this. and it was already charged, so we could use it, and I definitely needed this. They were letting in people into the arena, I think at 6 o'clock, but we didn't want to go in yet because the boys hadn't arrived yet and we wanted to wait for them. I think it wasn't until about 6:30, almost 7. Well, we saw 2 cars go by, but we couldn't see anything. And then I think about like 20 minutes or half an hour later, another 2 cars went by, and in those 2 cars, we saw Liam in one and Louis in the other. Liam was just chilling looking at us, but Louis had his face pressed up against the window, and that was so funny. So then we went into the arena, and again I was sitting by myself, except for 4 of my other friends were sitting on the floor as well. I think at 9 o'clock One Direction came on. I was closer to the stage, to the catwalk actually, than I had ever been before. This was just the best experience ever. That's why I'm telling you that I would go, if I could go back to any of the 3, I would go back to this one because I was so close. I had my vlogging camera and nobody cared about this one, so it looks like this. And so I recorded most of the concert on this one. Yeah, I didn't vlog the Take Me Home tour because I wasn't doing YouTube then, but if you want to see my vlogs from the LA trip with Where We Are, and if you want to see my Ultra vlog, I will link those down below so you can go check those out. I know that One Direction is on their break, and I know that it's possible they might not ever come back as a band, which is sad, but hoping that they do. I'm so excited for the next concert. Their album Made in the AM is like the best thing ever, and I love so many of those songs on there. I just want to see them live in concert. Well, thank you so much for listening to me ramble about One Direction. If you went to any of the concerts that I mentioned, comment down below so that I can go follow you on Twitter and on Instagram. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope to make some more like experience storytime videos in the future. And you can also subscribe to my channel. The button is just down below. Never give up, always smile, and don't forget to laugh a little. Goodbye!
Wanted to be you and I forever. I know you wanna leave, so come on, baby, be with me so happily.
So this was my ticket for the Take Me Home tour that I still have. I also have my ticket from the Where We Are tour. This top one right here is from the On the Road Again tour. I also have my star. So our concert On the Road Again had a project which was, I think it was like make the night glow or something. So during night changes, we would hold up glow sticks, and the floor people would hold up gold stars. So I found these gold stars at the dollar store. I put them in this scrapbook now, but this is my gold star that I held. That was so cool, the fan project. One of my friends told me, who wasn't sitting on the floor, but like she could see down, that when night changes came on, everybody on the floor just like dropped to pick up their stars. And Liam said that the project was amazing, so I actually didn't think that was gonna work, but it did. So I'm so happy. So this one is my wristband from the Where We Are tour. It says One Direction on it. You have to have the wristband when you're on the floor. And then this red one is from the On the Road Again tour. This one doesn't have One Direction on it, but it's just red and says concert. There's always confetti that comes down. I don't have my confetti strip from the Take Me Home tour, but I think this is the one that I picked up from the Where We Are tour in LA. Actually, it's in Pasadena, but LA. And then I'm pretty sure this is the one from the On the Road Again tour. I didn't pick one up, but my friend did, and she tore off pieces for us, so this is that one. And now I'm gonna go.